Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be doing a full breakdown of Lucy's first interview that she did and try to show everyone why it just doesn't add up.
I'd gone home from the NRG festival a little bit earlier than everybody else because I was tired. So I'd gone home alone back to my apartment, and then I woke up to a phone call at like 8:30 in the morning, around 8:30, from Jay saying that he'd gone up to the mountains, that his phone was on 1%, so it was like about to die. He didn't know where he was. He needed a drink. That he'd cut all his leg on like a cactus, and that he had no idea where we were. So I said to him, like, if you're ever going to listen to anything I'm going to say, like, you need to listen now. You need to go back to wherever you've just come from before your phone dies, and I'll come and pick you up from there. Like, you need to go back there. He said to me, I can't go back there. I don't know where it is.
So Lucy seems really panicked in this interview compared to the second one that she did, and she starts by saying she woke up to a call from Jay at around 8:30. But later on, she said that the phone call was around 8:50. Now, the first problem with this is that it wasn't like it was a 5-minute difference. That's quite a big gap, 20 minutes difference. If this was a mistake, then it's a very big one. Especially in a situation like this, how can you confuse 8:30 with 8:50? She would have also had the call time on her phone. So it's not like she had to just remember what time. It's right in front of her. The second problem is that it was apparently an outgoing call, which means that she rung Jay and not the other way around. That's 2 mistakes in the first 20 seconds of this interview. I understand that she might have been worried, but that would give you even more of a reason to make sure you got the exact timings and not such a big difference. Not to mention that Brad also confirmed in his interview that someone else was ringing Jay, and that Jay said he would call him back. So who's lying then? And if none of them are lying, then who was this person who called Jay? Because they definitely haven't come forward. Also, another thing that stands out to me is the fact that Lucy said, if you're ever going to listen to anything I'm gonna say, then you're going to need to listen now. So she's basically saying that Jay never listens to her or seems to mess about and not take notice of what she's saying a lot. I think this is a very important point, and this could also suggest that they were up to something that could get them in trouble. She then says that Jay didn't know where he was and that he can't go back to where he came from. So this can only mean that he was stuck, and Lucy did say that she will come and get him, so why didn't he just stay where he was? The only reason why he would carry on going after this phone call is if he didn't think Lucy or even Brad was going to come and find him. That's what doesn't make sense.
So I just said, send me like a location. So he sent over a screenshot of his last location. So I went straight. The first thing I did when the phone had cut off was I rang the police. So I'd rang 911 and spoken to the people there, and they told me that they'd sent a helicopter out. But later on, I'd spoken to somebody who lived up in the mountains, and they'd said they hadn't heard any helicopters, which obviously if there was a helicopter out, they definitely would have heard it. So I think they just totally fobbed me off with that. I got taxied down to the closest police station. I was literally there within the hour of the phone call. So I'd gone in, I said, I really need to report somebody missing. But I said, it's not like they're just missing around here, like he's missing in a very like abandoned place. There's nothing up there, it's just mountains. She gave me a piece of paper that said that I needed to go online, fill in a form, and then within 48 hours I'd receive a code, and I'd bring the code back to the police station.
The next thing that I picked up on is after Jay had allegedly sent his last location to Lucy, she rang the police and they told her that they sent out a helicopter. But then later on she spoke to one of her friends who lives up in the mountains, and they said that there wasn't a helicopter to be seen. So what Lucy is saying is that she knew someone who lived up in the mountains. Could this be Ayub, who she is talking about, or a different person? And why didn't she tell this person to look for Jay? All she wanted to know is if there was a helicopter. Surely if Lucy already knew someone who lived in the mountains, then that would be the first phone call that she could have made to help find Jay, as they would have been the closest to him. Also, when she says later, how long does later mean? Because Lucy said that she went looking the same day, so she would obviously know that there wasn't a helicopter up in the mountains. Like she says, if there was a helicopter out, then you definitely would have heard it. I have said this before, but I still don't get why she reported Jay missing when she actually had his live location. That doesn't mean he's missing, and from the information that she got from the phone call from Jay, I'd take that as he needs rescuing, not that he needs finding. She literally knew exactly where he was. And if she reported him missing, then it could suggest that for some reason, she knew that he would carry on going and not stay where he is. The other thing that could have happened, and this might be a bit of a stretch, but I'm just trying to think of why she would report him missing when he wasn't. Do you think that Lucy knew that by reporting Jay missing, this could buy her some time? Most people know that you generally need to wait up to 48 hours before you can officially be reported missing. And that maybe she knew that was the case, and that no one would go up to search for him during these first 48 hours. And if we are all being honest, then the first 48 hours after this phone call would have been their best chance at finding Jay before he allegedly went too far. So instead of saying, I know where he is and he's not missing, he just needs rescuing. She said he was missing to maybe keep people away from whatever was happening. I know it sounds harsh, but I can't get my head around why reporting him missing was the option that she took.
So we'd come up, there was literally no sign of him anywhere. Like we drove around all day. There was literally nothing, no sign of him. I went into a restaurant that was halfway up on the viewpoint.
And is that where you are now, Lucy? You're staying at the coast, but you're now up in the mountains where you think Jay was.
I've literally not slept at all since I've got that phone call at 8 o'clock.
We all hope that the search continues and Jay is found safe and sound. But the final question is, what is he like? What's he like at home? Is he sensible, or is he a bit more of a risk taker? What's Jay like?
No, he's not a risk taker at all. That he wouldn't do anything. Like, I don't know why. I can't understand why he would come out of the house and then decide that he was going to walk. I don't know why he would do that. And then I think he set off walking with battery and not realised how far the walk actually is. I've seen so many people up here, and I've asked every single one if they've seen him, and nobody's seen him. And this is what I find weird, because if he'd have seen somebody or a car or a person, he would have either flagged down the car. Yeah. He would have said to someone that he needs a phone to contact someone. And also, he would never have his mum worrying like this. He would never have his family worrying like this. He would never have us worrying like this. Like, if he saw someone, the first thing he would do is say, I need to ring my mum. Like, I know that for a fact. So I've never ever in my life been so worried.
In the last part of her interview, she says, so we've come up. Which means she went looking for him. But did she forget to mention who she means by we've? Remember Ayub said that it was him, Rocky, and Lucy looking for Jay the first night that he went missing? But she says that he went off with 2 strangers, but she was with the strangers looking for him. This part makes no sense. Either Ayub was lying and Lucy wasn't looking with them, or Lucy was trying her hardest not to mention searching with Ayub and apparently Rocky. She could have easily said that she went searching with the people he was last seen with, but she decides to leave that part out. Then, when people asked who Jay was last with, she says that he went off with 2 strangers and that they need to be investigated. Lucy mentions that she had no idea why he decided to walk instead of getting a taxi. So did she not think of asking him that at all? If she was on the phone to him, surely one of the things that they would have talked about is why he actually decided to walk in the first place. But no, she has no idea. Then the last thing she says that makes no sense at all is that he would never leave his mum worrying. But if we are going off what Lucy said, and that he decided to ring her while he was worrying instead of calling his mum, then this clearly doesn't add up. Jay's mum hasn't said that he tried to call her, not once. So if Jay was that worried and, in Ayub's words, thought he was going to die, why didn't he just ring his mum instead of Lucy? Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will update you as we find out more.